Hey guys, so CES continues and Fuji have just come out with two fantastic looking upgrades to the X10 and the X100, and unlike so many upgrades we get these days, these seem to be actually worthwhile and meaningful. Let's look at them. Okay, so first of all, the X100 was a massive hit. It sold like crazy, and it really proved that people are willing to pay top dollar for something that performs well but also looks great. The X Pro 1 came out since then, aimed at a higher market, interchangeable lens, higher quality with their proprietary X-Trans sensor, which has unbelievable resolving power thanks to a new array that they designed themselves. But the X100 has still been churning along. They put out a special edition and whatnot. So what have they added to the X100s? Well, first off, it's going to come straight out of the box in either silver or full black options. But inside, a lot has changed. Even though the look of it and the ergonomics don't seem to have changed terribly much at all, it's got an all-new sensor in it, which is 25% higher resolution, and it's actually using the X-Trans technology from the X Pro 1. And what they've been saying is that this newer generation of that technology, this will actually outgun the X Pro 1 in terms of the imaging potential of the sensor. Of course, you don't get to use the fantastic range of Fuji lenses like the X Pro 1 affords you, but that's a good thing. It's also up from 5 to 6 frames per second, and it will go, the buffer I believe is higher now, up to 21 JPEGs. It also has a new viewfinder and an all-new autofocus system. They're really putting a focus on the AF. The X Pro 1's been pretty badly panned for its autofocus capabilities, and they're saying that the X100s is significantly improved over the X100, which already was quite decent, but they're saying it really takes it to the next level. This has just been announced, that's why this is an overview, not a review. As soon as I can get one, I will. Fuji in Australia are always really helpful with getting me gear, so you can be sure that as soon as one is available, I'll have it, I'll test it, and I'll give you the full results. Next up, the X10 has been replaced with the X20. Now, this one is non-interchangeable lens. It's a compact single lens. It is a zoom lens though, and it's one of the cheapest in the X lineup from Fuji. However, it was performing really well, and it did keep a lot of the styling cues from the X100, its big brother. However, not quite in the same league. Well, the X20, again, is a fairly significant update over that one. First of all, they're saying that it has the fastest autofocus in its class. Now, two things to qualify there. Everyone comes out with claims like that. It's specified as of a date, and the classes, I don't know how specific they're being. It could be black ones that are of a certain weight and a certain zoom range and a certain price range, made in a certain month, narrowing it down so there's hardly any competition. But Fuji generally don't, overstate the truth too much. So they're saying anyway that it can focus as quick as 0.06 of a second. Kind of a meaningless number, but it means fast. Great. The big test, however, will be how well does it focus in tricky situations and in corner points and that kind of thing, rather than in ideal settings in the middle point on the screen. The second gen X-Trans CMOS sensor in the X20 is up to 12 megapixel on this one, 20% increase on the X10, and they're claiming a 30% or one-stop improvement in the high ISO noise performance. So if that bears out, that's great. It's so good to see the technology from the higher level ones starting to filter down to the low ones. Now, I just hope it works in reverse, and the lower features like the better autofocus are going to go back up to the X Pro 1 range. Another cool thing that has filtered down, the X20 now is going to have the hybrid viewfinder. For a camera in this price point, it's kind of rare to still have a decent, it's small but decent optical viewfinder, which does track as you zoom in the lens. Now it's got a digital overlay, a 1mm thick LCD, which will give you your key shooting information in it. So that's pretty cool, and this one's going to be shipping for less than half the price of the X100s. So it's hardly as rich in features or image quality, we would assume, but it's a big step over the X10. So unlike a lot of updates that are worth just jumping or ignoring, if you were considering getting the X100 or the X10, I would definitely wait until these ones are able to be tested fully. But if they're delivering on what it looks like they're going to provide, I would definitely be holding out to get the next generation Or if you really don't care about that little incremental leap, wait that little bit longer until they hit the market and the X10 and the X100 start to fall in price. Stay tuned, there's going to be lots more news and reviews coming. There's another big day at CES right now. I'm actually going to make a video talking through what I expect at CES and CP Plus at the end of the month. You can click through on the link below and that one will be live very soon too. Thanks, bye.